Rantality.
What is going on, my family? Your boy Demetrius is back, and here I am back to talk about Street Fighter 6. Now, I done made a couple of videos on Street Fighter 6 already containing to, who I wanted to see in Street Fighter 6 and another conversation, about Luke and all that type of stuff. But I haven't really talked about Street Fighter 6, the actual game, and what I truly feel about it. So in this video here, I'm just going to discuss how I truly feel about Street Fighter 6 and what I am looking for and what I kind of believe and how I kind of think Street Fighter 6 is going to overall come out to be. So the first thing that I'm going to start with when it comes to Street Fighter 6 is the gameplay. So when the trailer came out, they did not show us gameplay. It was pretty much a cinematic, but like I said, from the cinematic like graphics, it does kind of look like that Street Fighter 6 is probably going to have a game style similar to that of Killer Instinct. They may even kind of go the Mortal Kombat route. Now, I'm not saying fatalities and shit like that, but you would have to think, since they're going more cinematic, you're probably gonna see, stuff like a little blood or some shit like that. But me personally, I think the gameplay is going to be around kind of like with Killer Instinct. I feel like Capcom, they're probably going to create some type of a new combo system to make the game faster. And that's another thing. Since the game looks like it's going to take a little bit more of a cinematic approach, it's probably going to be as fast as it ever was. So if the game is going to be that fast, they're probably going to implement kind of like a special combo system where we can pull off some fire ass combos and shit like that. So that's where I'm kind of getting, I'm going off of the trailer. So that's what I'm kind of getting at with the gameplay. And plus with the gameplay too, I kind of feel like with Street Fighter 6, there is something that they can do. It's kind of been done in other games, but they can make the they can make the backgrounds more brutally interactive. Street Fighter 5 kind of touched on it, but it was kind of corny how they did it. And Street Fighter 6, they can really just, they can really take it up a notch. They can really have backgrounds brutally be involved in the fights. Like shit, you could throw somebody into a garbage can and all that shit. But like I said, not as corny as it was in Street Fighter 5, but something like that. Or you could fucking super move somebody into a car and you can kind of see their blood or their stains on the car. I'm thinking Street Fighter 6 may go that route. I think they may get a little bit more brutal with it, and we're gonna see a lot more stuff that we haven't seen in past Street Fighter games. As far as brutality is concerned, I think we're gonna see a lot more of that when Street Fighter 6 is shown to us as far as gameplay is concerned. And like I said, with the visuals, and it's going off the Resident Evil engine, so it's clearly gonna be cinematic. So what I'm thinking with Street Fighter 6 is, I don't know if they're gonna do this, if they're gonna have everything in real time, because sometimes, a lot of fighting games, when they go cinematic, sometimes it's not always real time. So I'm thinking that they may attempt this. Everything may be in real time as far as cutscenes and shit like that. If they decide to implement a story mode, that's probably going to be a cinematic real time also. So right now it's looking kind of obvious with the visuals and the direction that they're going. It's like everything, it looks like it's going to be in real time, and that's going to be kind of cool. And now with the story is going to be the most unique thing. Now, like I said, I made a video on the characters that I want to see in Street Fighter 6, so we can't really say what the story is all about right now, but it does kind of look like from the trailer the story is going to kind of revolve around Luke a little bit. Although we don't know, like I said, these trailers are just something to really show at this point. Capcom has done it before. They will switch a trailer up, so the next trailer that they show, Luke might not even be in the damn trailer. So Capcom has done that shit before, so when it comes to the story, we just gonna have to see. And the characters. Now, I gotta keep saying, I already made a video about what characters that I want to see, but it was, Street Fighter got so many characters, like, the character count is going to be ridiculous. It's going to have to be a big character count because Street Fighter 5 has a huge character count. So with Street Fighter 6, The default roster is probably going to have to be around 20 to 25 characters at least. They may even do 30, but we don't even know. But with the characters, Street Fighter 6 is definitely going to have a huge roster because Street Fighter 5 went rapid fire when it comes to bringing more characters in as DLC. So you would have to think that, you know, with the characters, even though we all got specific characters that we want, the roster is going to be big as hell. And another thing that I want to touch on is the content. Now, this is where Street Fighter 5 really kind of fucked up on its release. There was just no content in the game. The game was completely bare bones. There was just really nothing to do when Street Fighter 5 was released, except for we couldn't even play the game online. The online was even fucked up. The only thing that we could do was time attack. So with Street Fighter 6, hopefully Capcom learn from that shit and give us some extra content when the game is released. I don't know what they're gonna do. Maybe they can bring back the World Tour mode like they had in Street Fighter Alpha 3 or some shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? Or, you know, I'm just the type of guy, just have the regular content that the old school fighting games had. Give us a practice mode, give us the time attack, give us something like a team battle mode or something, you know, some shit like that. Or make a new mode or some shit like that. Like I said, it would be a perfect time to bring back that World Tour mode. That was kind of cool. I like the kind of the RPG feel that mode had. It'd be a perfect time to bring that mode back. But hopefully in Street Fighter 6 they'll give us some extra content on release. And then of course if they want to give us DLC like they've been doing with Street Fighter 5, they can do that. But motherfuckers need something to do on release, and I hope Street Fighter 6 delivers that for us this time around whenever it's released. Now when it comes from the outcome, what I truly feel about Street Fighter 6, I truly do feel like Street Fighter 6 is going to be successful. And what I mean by that is, I think when Street Fighter 6 is shown its release, I think it's going to be successful from the jump. I mean, Street Fighter 5 had a hard time getting started. You know, it was a rough start for Street Fighter 5. But I think Street Fighter 6 will be different. I think Capcom is going to do enough to, you know, make Street Fighter 6 get off on the right track. And like I said, from that trailer, it does look like Capcom has put a lot of work into it. I'm still kind of shocked Capcom was able to do this in such short time, you know, despite the fact, you know, the pandemic and shit was going on. So I was kind of surprised and shocked that they were able to pull this off. But like I said, the game ain't finished yet. But as far as the outcome, I think Street Fighter 6 is going to be successful. What I mean is, I think it's going to be wire to wire successful. I don't know how successful it's going to be because let's just keep it real. Street Fighter really hasn't, it's not as successful as it once was. I know it may sell a few million and shit like that, which is good. But as far as the outcome when it comes to Street Fighter 6, I think it is going to be wire to wire successful. I think Street Fighter 6 is going to be one of the main fighting games as far as tournaments and shit like that. It's clearly going to be showcased in tournaments and stuff like that. So we already know Street Fighter 6 is going to be on top of that list because this is pretty much the first next gen fighting game that's coming out. Or if you add KOF 15, this could be the first or second. So because I don't think this game is coming out for PS4 or Xbox One. I think it's going to go PS5 and Xbox Series X. I don't even think it's going to show up for Xbox Series X, but you know, we'll see. I think it might be a PS5 exclusive again, but we'll see. Capcom's not really saying nothing, but I think the game is going to have some success. One thing about these developers, you know, we get on these developers a lot, and sometimes experience does, you know, overcome a lot of other things. And I think with Capcom here, like I said, they've learned from what happened with Street Fighter 5 and just that overall experience. You know, they know what to do. They know what to do to make Street Fighter 6 take off on the next level. So I really think they are gonna do that. But you know, there's not really much to say about Street Fighter 6 from a real-time standpoint. All we can really do is speculate at this point when it comes to Street Fighter 6, when it comes to gameplay, characters, or whatever. I think the most fun part about it is speculating about the characters, because we only know of 2 characters that are going to be in it. Like I said, Street Fighter 6 is going to have a dynamite roster. I'm looking at the end of the day, Street Fighter 6 might have a total of 80 characters in it. At the end of the day, at least 3 or 4 years from its actual release, we may see at least 80 characters in this damn game. I'm just saying, it's starting to look that way. But not too much to say about Street Fighter 6 right now, but that's how I personally feel about Street Fighter 6 right now, going off of that trailer about everything. And like I said, the biggest pinpoint is the gameplay. I was telling people this on social media. I think Street Fighter 6 is gonna go the Killer Instinct route. I think it's gonna have a nice cinematic combo system and shit like that. I'm really thinking that they're gonna go that route. But you know what? I may be wrong, but I'm just speculating. But I kind of hope Street Fighter 6 is kind of like Killer Instinct a little bit. Now, not with the fatalities or no shit like that, but it's as far as that fast combo filled gameplay, I think we're gonna see that in Street Fighter 6. So let me know what y'all feel in the comment section below. How do y'all think Street Fighter 6 is gonna ultimately come out as far as gameplay, characters, or whatever? Let me know in the comment section and we can get a conversation started. Make sure y'all press the like button. Make sure y'all subscribe to your boy for more classic ass videos like this. Make sure y'all hit the notification bell so y'all can get every single video that I release and help your boy out. I will get back at you in the next video. My name is Demetrius. God bless. Stay safe. I am out. Peace.